You're taking me higher. There's no hiding, far away. Every time I'm with you, I keep taking a bit of free. Now that was wrong, underneath our song. I go by and sleep, but I'm by myself, I'm all alone. Talking about everything now, you're just favorite thing at all. At all. Talking about everything now, everything at all. You're taking me higher, in the sky. Taking me higher,
Hello, Core Black Peeps. Can you people on Zoom let me know whether you can hear me okay? I'm probably going to talk at a volume a little higher than this if we have people come into the room. So prepare to turn your volume down if I start screaming if this is already a little loud for you. But let me know in the chat. Sweet. Thanks, Karen. Much appreciated. Alrighty, hello my Core Black Peeps. We do not currently have anyone in the room, but they may come in. Don't let it distract you. Let's begin today with our usual 30 seconds of marching, moving into the rest of our warm-up. Today's exercises are going to be a set of a bunch of other things we've been learning this course. We have a little bit of those compound movements. We have a little bit of working the abs from different positions and focusing on different muscle groups. Since we're getting closer to the end of the quarter, we're going to begin putting it all together. About 15 seconds left on marching, then we're moving into high knees. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's kick it up a notch. High knees. Switching to butt kickers in 3, 2, and 1. Reaching up so your heels tap that gluteus maximus. All right, moving over into jumping jacks in 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to let people in from the waiting room. Keep on counting with jumping jacks, though. All right. Keep it in with those jumping jacks. And in 3, 2, and 1. Coming out to a star. Alternate hand to foot. Starting to warm up the core specifically. Switching from plank to down dog in 3, 2, and 1. So standing, coming down into a plank, rocking back on those heels to down dog, pressing those shoulders down, and back into plank. This is an opportunity to practice your plank form. Make sure that you're bringing the hips down to create one nice long line from the shoulder all the way down to the feet. For 3, 2, and 1. Moving into inchworm, so walking our hands all the way up to our feet, standing and walking back out into a plank. All right, make this your last one. Join me in the standing position. Last exercise of our warm-up is kick crunches. So bring that knee up, rotate the upper body, and then switch to the other side. Making sure that you're keeping your elbows in line with your shoulder, twisting the entire upper body down to meet that knee. 15 more seconds here. For 3, 2, and 1. All right. Those were our kick crunches. That was our warm up for the day. To tell you a little bit about the sets we're going to be doing, we're going to begin with a set that is full body core, as we often do. So this is core focused, but also engages other muscles of the body. We're going to move into a longer set that works on exercises for the front abs, the rectus abdominis, the posterior abdominals, and the obliques. So those muscles that are along the sides of your abdominals. Last set of the day is going to be another compound set. We did a couple of these last week. It seems like you all like them. So I figured I'd throw one in today. This is where we learn an individual exercise, 3 different ones, and then put them all together into one compound exercise at the end. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Without further ado, let's get started with that full body core set. This is going to be on our normal interval of 45 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest. First exercise here is going to be down on your mat for the ground. We are doing those mountain climbers to push-ups. So we're going to begin with 6 mountain climbers. 3, 4, 5, 6. And a push-up. Option to come down onto the modified push-up form, but you do need to be in the plank form for those mountain climbers. So join me on your mat. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1, beginning with those mountain climbers. You're here for 45 seconds. seconds left here. For 3, 2, 1, and take that 15-second break. Next exercise in this set is going to be sumo squat. So I want you up off the ground. We're going to begin with our feet slightly wider than hip width. Hands behind our head, come down into a nice deep squat, making sure the knees don't go over the tips of the toes. Tilting our body to reach the elbow towards each knee, working the quadratus luborum, these muscles on the side of your body. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Come down and gently reach that elbow towards each side before coming back up. Reminder here to tuck that pelvis, suck your belly button into your spine, flatten the curve in the lower back. That forces you to engage the abs during these squats. For 3, 2, 1, and take your break. Next exercise has us back down on the mat. I want you sitting on your bum, feet planted firmly on the ground, fingers pointing towards your heels. We're gonna lift that bum off the ground, then lift one foot, the opposite arm, tap each one, and bring it back down with slow and control. This is not about momentum. This is about stability, balance, and being able to intentionally control your body. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. If you haven't done crab toe touches before, you have the option to begin with just kicks, meaning that you lift one foot up at each time, maybe beginning with one foot and one arm, and eventually graduating to reaching over and tapping each toe, pressing yourself away from the mat, lifting the entire body up each time you do a rep. For 3, 2, and 1. This is your 15-second break. Coming over onto your knees for an exercise we haven't done yet. I want you to balance on your lower leg. Put your hands on your lower back, squeeze those glutes, lean back a few inches, hold for a second, and bring yourself back up. This is working not only the rectus abdominis, but also the glutes and the muscles of the legs. Let's jump into this one for 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Slightly leaning back, tightening those glutes to protect the spine, and leaning forward. "15 seconds left here." If you need to make this one more challenging, I recommend you hold for a second in this back position. Remember to tighten the glutes, tighten the rectus abdominis before gently coming back up. And that's our time. We're gonna do that set one more time. So take this 30-second break in between the sets to grab a drink of water if you need one, flip over and get ready once again for those mountain climbers into push-ups. About 10 seconds left here. Get ready to get into that plank form. Bringing it up in 3, 2, and 1. Kicking it off with those mountain climbers to push-ups. 6 mountain climbers to 1 push-up. "15 seconds left here." Remembering to hold that good plank form, bring that butt down to it's in line with your shoulders and your heels. For 3, 2, and 1. Popping back up, getting ready for that sumo squat. All right, hands behind the head. Let's go down in 3, 2, and 1. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down onto the mat for those crab toe touches. Pointing fingers towards the heels. Let's lift off the ground in 3, 2, and 1. Lift that butt. Remembering the option to just lift the leg or the foot if you're still getting the hang of balance on this one. Fifteen seconds left. Remembering to keep a slight bend in those elbows. We're not locking the joints when we bring it back. For 3, 2, and 1. Flipping back over toward those leaning camels. All right, tighten those glutes. Let's lean back in 3, 2, and 1. This one's not so much about leaning back as far as you can. It's more about leaning until you can hold and feel it in your abs as well as in those glutes, then bringing it back up. Really important, as I've said before, to tighten your glutes, tighten your bum. This helps protect the muscles of your lower back, those posterior abdominals that we've been talking about. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, that was our full body core set to kick it off. Next, we're going to be moving into that all-around core set like I was telling you about. We're going to be doing an exercise that targets the rectus abdominis, then one that targets the posterior abdominals, then one that targets the obliques. We have two exercises that work each muscle group in this set, so that's 6 exercises total. We're going to go through this one 3 times, so you'll get nice and familiar with them. This is your 1-minute break between sets. So you have about 30 seconds left. Feel free to ask me any questions in the chat if you have them. Grab a drink of water. But overall, we're going to get started with the first exercise. So I will start with demoing. So for this one, you have your legs nice and straight out. These are called roll-ups. I want your arms over your head, pulling yourself up to reach towards your toes, and then slowly lowering the spine back down. This is not so much about momentum. We don't want to be leaning back and then thrusting up with our entire body. It's more about slow and intentional movement. So pulling those shoulders up, tightening the abs as we do so. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. This variation is somewhere in between a crunch and a sit-up. So bringing the entire upper body off the ground. Fifteen seconds left here. For 3, 2, and 1. Next exercise in this set is going to be the one that targets posterior abdominals. This is going to be a locust exercise. So we're used to doing Superman. This is a variation of that where we're just going to keep our arms at our side, lift off the ground. If you need to make this one a little bit more challenging, if you need to make this one a little bit more challenging, you have the option to bring it out to a snow angel rather than holding locust and then coming back down. Snow angel requires you are up off the mat the entire time. It is 100% up to you. But regardless, let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. Getting ready for that snowy weekend that we have coming up. If you're doing those snow angels, make sure that you're remembering, however, you're trying to reach forward and behind you rather than up. That's what's going to work those muscles safely and most effectively. Or the option to take locust and then come back down to the mat. For 3, 2, and 1. Next exercise in this set, like I said, is the one that works the obliques. So we're going to be doing rainbow planks. I want you to come up onto your forearms or your hands into a plank position, then gently dip your hips towards each side of the mat. The objective here is not to make them touch, but rather to feel the resistance as we go down and then pull the hips back up. In 3, 2, and 1. Take that plank position and gently twisting the hips back and forth, maintaining that good plank position, keeping our hips in line with our shoulders and heels. Fifteen seconds left here. Option to come up onto the hands or remain on the forearms, whichever is more comfortable for you. For 3, 2, and 1. Woo! So that was our exercises that were each working a different part of the muscles. We're now going to return to rectus abdominis with one that works the front. We did these last week. You may remember them from our compound set. They are jackknives. So I'm going to stretch out. So we're resting on our bum, fingers pointing towards our heels. Then bring those knees in towards the chest, adding a clap if you feel like incorporating a balance element. So in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Out and bringing those knees back in. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming down onto the back, placing those feet on the ground, getting ready for a glute bridge as our exercise targeting posterior abdominals. Reminder here to incorporate that pelvic tuck. Pull your belly button into your spine, even though we're going to be lifting it off the ground. This forces you to engage your abs much more meaningfully. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. Tucking those abs, lifting the glutes, squeezing at the very top, and lowering back down. If you'd like to make this one a little more challenging, you can add a march at the top, so you have to hold that position as well as move your legs. Fifteen seconds left here. For 3, 2, and 1. Last exercise in this set before we take our 30-second break and do it all again is Russian twist. So for this one, I want you to be balancing on your bum. Begin with feet on the ground if you're not familiar with this exercise. I like to make a fist and put the other hand over it. We're going to turn our entire upper body so that it reaches one side or the other, keeping the hands in front of the chest the entire time. This is about rotating your torso, not moving your hands. In 3, 2, and 1. Begin rotating that torso back and forth. If you're experienced with this exercise, you can begin to hover your feet off the ground. But remember that the objective is to keep your lower body entirely still during this movement. So if you see your legs moving back and forth as a counterbalance, that means you need to put them back on the ground and focus more on keeping that lower body entirely still before beginning to hover them. "15 seconds left here. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's take a 30-second break here before jumping into that set again. That's our all-around core set. Like I told you, it's 6 different exercises. Each of them works the posterior, or the rectus abdominis, the posterior abdominals, and then the obliques, one after the other. We have about 5 seconds left on that break, so let's get ready for those roll-ups once again. Arms over the head, let's reach up in 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing that upper body up. If you want to make it more challenging, you simply have to bring your body up more slowly. It forces the abs to do more work in that really challenging portion where you're just lifting off the mat before you're sitting up entirely. For 3, 2, and 1. Flipping over to that locust or snow angel. In 3, 2, and 1. Lifting off the ground for that snow angel. Staying off the ground or for that locust, holding for a few seconds before releasing back down to the ground. Making sure to keep that head in line with that spine. You should be staring down at the mat in front of you, regardless of whether you're doing locust or snow angels. For 3, 2, and 1. Second set, rainbow planks targeting the obliques. Got about 5 seconds left on this break, so get ready to switch over. Raising into plank formation in 3, 2, and 1. About 15 seconds left here. Push through. For 3, 2, and 1. Halfway through this set, flipping over, getting ready for those jackknives. In 3, 2, and 1. Remembering you have the option to add that clap if you want to play with balance. Fifteen seconds left. For 3, 2, and 1. Getting ready for that glute bridge next. So bring your back down onto the mat. Remember to tuck that pelvis, pull that belly button in. Lifting up in 3, 2, and 1. Adding that march if we're feeling ambitious. For 3, 2, and 1. Last exercise in this step, those good old Russian twists. Jumping into this one in 3, 2, and 1. Starting to levitate those feet. If you're able to keep that lower body as still as possible. Fifteen seconds left here. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, here's our 30-second break. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling on that scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, I am killing this, this is easy, this is going great. And 10 being, oh my God, I'm so tired. I need a little bit of couple modifications so I can figure out how to do this at a pace that's more sustainable. Have about 15 seconds left on this break, so I will check in the chat, and then we will jump back into it. Oh, apologies that I didn't see the sumo from the side. I can absolutely show you that after we finish this next set. But without further ado, let's finish this last set of these exercises. We're going to begin once again with those roll-ups. So in 3, 2, and 1, we're lifting that upper body off the ground. Last time, we're going to be reaching up to roll up towards the feet. For 3, 2, and 1. Taking that 15-second break, getting ready to go into that locust. In 3, 2, and 1. Snow angel or locust, where we keep the arms back. In both positions, we're staring at the ground, tightening those muscles of the posterior abdominals. 2, and 1. Coming down to that 15-second break, getting ready to jump into those rainbow planks. All right, coming up for those rainbow planks in 3, 2, and 1. We are about halfway through. If you want to change into the other plank position, I know joints can get a little bit stiff in ones like this. For 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Taking out the arms, getting ready for those jackknives. Once again, targeting the rectus abdominis. In 3, 2, and 1. About halfway through. For 3, 2, and 1. Placing those feet, getting ready to go into that glute bridge. All right, tuck that pelvis. We're going to lift in 3, 2, and 1. Lifting, adding that march. Get another good one in for 3, 2, and 1. Last exercise in this sweat, in this sweat. Those good old Russian twists. And after that, we move on to something new. All right, getting ready to go into them in 3, 2, and 1. In this one, sometimes I get questions about what to do if your lower back is starting to hurt. In that case, I would recommend bringing your feet back down just so that you can sit a little bit more upright. Lower back can hurt when we start to lean a little bit too far back, just because it puts a lot of strain on those muscles. So that can just be a sign you might need to work into this. In 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right. That was our full core, that was our all-around core set. So focusing on the rectus abdominis, on the posterior abdominals, as well as the obliques. We have a 1-minute break here before we move into our final set of the day, which is going to be one of those compound ones that we did so many of last week. But first, I saw your request for sumo squat from the side. So for sumo squat, you want your feet pointed out at about 45-degree angles. You want your heels slightly wider than your hips, hands behind your head, squatting down, remembering to tuck that pelvis so that we're eliminating the curve in the lower back. Coming down, and then gently bringing the elbow towards each knee, even though it likely will not touch. So one more time, we're tucking the pelvis, feet wider than hips, coming down and bringing that side body towards the knee. Clarify it a little bit. Send any other questions you have in the chat. I love talking form, so I'm so happy to answer them. We have about 15 seconds left on this break. I will start to explain the compound set. First one, move into the set is going to be a Pilates 100. So rather than being timed, this is where we're going to be lying on our back, tucking that pelvis once again, feet up in the air, shoulders lifted, arms straight out in a hollow body hold up, pushing our arms up and down. So I want you to breathe in for a count of 5 and then breathe out for a count of 5. We will then do that 10 times. So just to demonstrate, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's in, then breathing out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do that 10 times, so we get to a count of 100 arm pumps. Once we integrate this into the compound set, it'll look a little bit different, but I wanted to teach you the traditional exercise first. Again, this is called a Pilates 100, so if any of you have taken Pilates classes before, you might be familiar with it. Let's jump into this one together. We're going to do it on my count rather than to a timer. In 3, 2, and 1. So lift those legs. We're going to count in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. Lift those shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. That's halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. Lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 10. So that's our Pilates 100. Next exercise in this set is going to be a dead bug. I'm going to give you that 15 seconds of break here that we normally do. I think many of you are probably familiar with dead bug. It's one we've liked from past classes. But you're going to focus on tucking that pelvis, on bringing those feet straight up, those arms straight up as well. Bringing an alternate arm and leg down, or if you'd like to make it more challenging, bringing both arms and legs down at the same time. We're going to jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. So bringing those arms and legs down, or bringing an alternate arm and leg and the other arm and leg. This one's on that 45-second interval. So you're doing this at your own pace. About 15 seconds left on this one. For 3, 2, and 1. Taking that 15-second break. Last exercise in this compound set is going to be a reverse crunch. This is where you have your hands flat on the mat, back tucked, flat on the ground. I want your knees bent and just gently lift that bum up off the ground. We're going to jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. So gently bringing that bum and lower body off the ground. Reason that I want your legs bent is so that we don't rely too much on momentum. We don't want to hurt the lower back by forcefully swinging the lower body up. It's just about lifting it up enough to engage that core. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're going to put it all together. So we're going to do Pilates 100. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the legs and arms up for a dead bug. Then bring the legs down for a reverse crunch. Let's jump into this one together in 3, 2, and 1. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the lower and upper body up and bring those legs up for a reverse crunch. That's 1. Start again with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 2. Dead bug and reverse crunch. Jumping back into it again with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dead bug. And that reverse crunch. All right, working on number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dead bug. And that reverse crunch. Here we go, number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dead bug. And that reverse crunch. 5 more of these and you are done for the day. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dead bug. And reverse crunch. Bringing those legs back up. You can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dead bug. Reverse crunch. Over the hump. Here we go. Legs out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 7. Dead bug. And reverse crunch. Nearly there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 8. That dead bug. And that reverse crunch. Almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's number 9. Dead bug. And bringing up for that reverse crunch. Last one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last dead bug. And last reverse crunch. I think we are right about at time. Whew. I'm going to switch over to our cool down playlist. Would love to hear how you felt about that final compound core burnout. I was hoping that we could build off last week a little bit. Combine a couple exercises I know that you all enjoy, along with a format that's been popular in the past. Whew. Without further ado, let's lay down on our back. I want you to stretch towards the wall behind you. Stretch your feet out. Bring one leg into your chest. Pull that gently in. 3, 2, 1. And release. Pull in the other leg. Let's come up to a sitting position. Let's bring that head gently to one shoulder. And bring that neck over to the other shoulder, just gently letting gravity do the work and the weight of your hands. Switching over, going to take a couple rounds of cat-cow. These are at your own pace. Let's begin by arching the back inward, bring the chin up to the sky. Stretching out those muscles of posterior abdominal. We put a lot of work into them today. Let's arch that back. Bring that chin into the chest. Take a couple rounds of this at your own pace. Remembering to push the shoulders away from the wrists when you're in that cat position. Extend the legs out behind us. Gently bring the hips down to the mat. Press those shoulders away from your hands. Stretching the rectus abdominis. And coming back into child's pose. Taking a couple rounds of child's pose to cobra as works for you. And that brings us right to time. Would love to know how you felt about the one longer set today as compared to sort of the shorter ones that we did at the beginning and end. Let me know whether that compound one at the end is still a format that you all are liking. We can continue with things like that. We can continue with specific exercises if you're enjoying them. You just need to let me know, and we can absolutely make it work for you. Other than that, I'm Lexi. If you didn't catch it at the beginning, thanks for coming to core class. Hope to see you next week. Woo, great. Happy to hear you love the compound burnout, Sandra. Thank you.